Hello, welcome to the Kansas Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us tonight. We have just a few housekeeping announcements before getting started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. When you answer a question, you can direct it to a specific university or college and their representatives to answer it, or you can ask a question for all of our representatives to weigh in, or even more than one school. This is just one of many different sessions that are happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. This presentation is being recorded, and like all other presentations, will be available within about a week at the same website where you registered. I'd like to now turn it over to our presenters to begin. Our first university today will be Wichita State University.
Hello everyone, my name is Blake Molina and I'm with Wichita State University. My colleague Dana Bolar is also here available to answer any questions for you. I got a lot of info to cover, not a lot of time, so let's just jump right into it. So a little bit about Wichita State. We have about 15,500 students this year. It's about a 19-to-1 student to faculty ratio, so you'll be taking classes that might even be smaller than some of your current high school classes. Additionally, 90% of our classes have 49 or fewer students, so once you're really getting into your major, that's when you'll really start to see smaller class sizes. We're also routinely ranked in the top 80 for most affordable college and universities. 40% of our students are first generation. That means either their parents didn't go to school or didn't finish their associate's degree, so we have lots of resources available to you as a student. We're also the top transfer destination in the state for 9 years in a row, so if you're taking any dual college credit courses, we've got great news for you there. We probably accept those credits. And we're in the state's largest city of Wichita that provides a lot of great opportunities to you as a student, such as applied learning. It's a term we like to throw out a lot at Wichita State. Basically, it means as a student, you're going to get hands-on learning as part of the curriculum for whatever your program is. So if you're an education major, you're going to have to teach in USD 259, the Wichita Public School District. If you're a sport management major, you'll have to complete some sort of internship. If you're an engineering major, so on and so on. If you look at some of those stats on the side, we have the highest first-year employment rate and starting salaries for Kansas jobs, something we're really proud of. We really just want students to gain the skills that they need while they're still in school so that when you graduate, you're ready to go and you're ready to be hired. When people ask what our popular majors are, you might have picked up that I mentioned aerospace engineering. That's really common. So is a lot of our engineering. We just have really strong programs, but especially because the aerospace industry is so prominent here in Wichita, there's a great emphasis on it. Also have several business majors. We're dual accredited as well, putting us in the top 1% of business schools in the country. Fun fact, the founders of Pizza Hut are WSU alums. We also have tons of fine arts and media arts degrees. We just added some of those media arts degrees recently, so like video game design, filmmaking, animation, all that cool stuff. We even have some brand new Shocker studios. It's a big facility just for those types of majors, has all kinds of toys and resources for them. Criminal justice and forensic science. We even have a law enforcement training center right on campus. That's where Wichita PD go to do their training and academy. Education, pretty much every type of education major you want, excuse me, you want, we have. Health professions like nursing and dental hygiene are really, really popular with us as well. Social work and sport management. It is a routinely ranked sport management program. It's really cool opportunities there. We even have our own honors college. In terms of admissions, so we are test optional for admissions. So we can get you admitted just off of GPA or test score. Specifically, we ask that you have a 2.25 unweighted GPA or an ACT score of 21, or if you take the SAT, a 1080. We also ask that you have a 2.0 GPA on all dual college credit. To get admitted, you go to wichita.edu/apply. We do have a $40 application fee. If you qualify for a waiver, just ask your counselor. We do also accept the Common App, which is commonly used. And you can self-report your grades, which means you can just tell us how you've done in school. We don't need a copy of your transcript to get you admitted. You can also have your test score sent to us whenever you register for those. We also offer a variety of competitive scholarships for high achieving students. You can see those criteria there on the side, just like admissions. You only have to meet one of them. We do have some deadlines that are approaching, so make sure you apply to us by October 15th. That's the first step. And then submit the scholarship application by November 1st. You could win up to $64,000. So if you meet those criteria, highly recommend looking into these. A little bit about housing. So as a freshman, you do have to live on campus at Wichita State, unless you reside in Sedgwick County or somewhere in the nearby area. As a freshman, you can live in Shocker Hall, which is that top building there, or the Suite, which is down at the bottom. What's awesome about our housing is Shocker Hall is the oldest one. You'll see there, that second bullet, opened in 2014. That's the oldest one. If you come take a tour campus, you'll get to check out Shocker Hall. You'll also have the option of checking out the Suites if you would like to. Costs include meal plans. So all of our meal plans come with unlimited meals. So you can come and go from the cafeteria as you please, as long as the cafeteria is open. Also comes with on-campus dining dollars. So you can use your student ID to buy like Starbucks or Chick-fil-A or whatever it is, instead of having to use a debit or credit card. And there are additional other meal options as you phase out and decide to live off campus too. So the application for seniors is live now. There's no deadline for the application, which is nice. They'll just take applications till they fill up. So you've got some time, but once you get admitted, you can go ahead and get started on housing. So we are offering campus visits, which is really cool. We ask that you mask up and take some good safety precautions and all that, but they're basically Monday through Friday, pretty much all throughout the year. When you come, you can take an optional innovation campus tour. That's our brand shiny new areas of campus. That's also where the suites, like I mentioned, are, so you get a tour of those. You also can get an academic appointment upon request. So whatever your major is, nursing, engineering, whatever it is, you can meet with a faculty member from that department. You can also get a special interest appointment. So if you're interested in like a club sport, like rowing or bowling, we can make those happen too. You get a free t-shirt, free parking space, a lot of other good stuff. You can see in our campus visit practices, we're doing what we can to be safe and sanitary while you're coming here so that you and your guests all feel safe. If you don't feel safe coming to campus, we do have virtual campus visits as well. You can get a tour and you can still get financial aid information. And we also even have virtual events. All this stuff is free to sign up for. If you go to wichita.edu/visit, you can go and register. We ask that you sign up for a visit at least 2 weeks in advance to guarantee an appointment. And this last page here is just a little bit about our department. You'll find our contact information on the left side there. You'll also see those links that are going to be very useful to you. And then on the right side here, you'll see all your reps for here in Kansas. So depending on where you live and go to school, that's where you can find us. You'll find me there on the very right side. So if you're in Northeast Kansas or you go to one of the Wichita area private schools, that's me. Or if you find Dana's photo there, she's all the Topeka and Kansas City, Kansas area. She's here tonight in the Q&A. So that's all I have time for. Please follow us on social media. Please contact us if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Blake, for sharing all that about Wichita State. Our next presentation will be from Missouri Western.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Ben Rops, and I am the transfer coordinator here at Missouri Western State University. We are a four-year public university located in the northwest corner of Missouri, about 45 minutes straight north of the Kansas City area. We are a large campus. We have a 765-acre campus, and we've just had our 100th anniversary here at Missouri Western just 5 short years ago. So as far as our enrollment numbers go, we have roughly a little over 4,000 undergrad students. About 90% of our courses and courses that you'll be taking have fewer than 30 students, so very small classroom sizes here. We have 38 different states as well as 30 different countries that are represented. We also have over 70 different major and minor programs to choose from, and I'll talk about those a little bit more here in a moment. 91% of our faculty members do have their doctorate degrees, and of course, a little over 90% of our incoming freshman class receives some sort of financial aid or grant money scholarship. We've gone through some pretty significant changes as far as things happening on our campus, one of which is we are now shifting to a 4-day classroom schedule week, and so we now have instituted something called Gold Star Fridays, in which you can dedicate to a 3-day weekend if you want to do an internship, externship, if you're working full-time, which lots of times college students do. You can kind of dedicate those 3-day workings to get some extra money to help you pay for college. We've also just created something called the Center for Service, where if you dedicate up to 60 hours of community service, we will give you free college credits to earn towards your degree. Also, our professors who teach your classes will turn around and become your advisors, and so you'll meet with them basically halfway through every semester to plan out the following courses that you're going to be taking the following semester. We also are a teaching first institution. Our faculty members will conduct research, and of course they'll do that with our students, but of course their primary role is to teach. And then we do have a focus on our undergrad population here at Missouri Western. We have a number of master's level programs, but our main focus is those students pursuing their undergrad degree. Majors and minors, we have 70 different majors and minors to choose from. Of course, you have about a 60-hour window. The ultimate goal is 120 hours, and so almost all the way up until that halfway point, you can have your major as undeclared until you really figure out what you want to do. We also have a lot of resources on campus, one of which is called the Career Development Center, which can, of course, assist you with maybe making some decisions on that major. And then, of course, we accept dual credit AP and CLEP courses that you'd be transferring in from high school. So some of our majors that we're kind of known for here at Missouri Western, one of which is our nationally accredited nursing program. Education is a big one for us here. We also have an AACSB accredited business school, which less than 5% of the universities across the country have that. And then criminal justice and biology are probably the other big two, but many others to choose from with the 70 majors and minors that we have here on campus. A few things about Missouri Western as far as what we're kind of known for. Talked a little bit about it already, but our Gold Star Fridays. We also are known as the Applied Learning Institution in the state of Missouri. So all of our graduates before graduating will go through 2 to 3 internships, and it really helps them with job placement and developing that resume. And of course, I know in every job that I've had in my lifetime, it's always came down to who I knew rather than what I knew. And so after you graduate, you can at least use those experiences as resume builders, as letters of recommendation, those types of things. We also have a number of studying away or studying abroad opportunities on campus. We also conduct a host of research projects, and I mentioned it a little bit already, but our faculty will do that, and they will do that in conjunction with our students. And then, of course, a number of other things that you can get involved with to help you develop that resume in your time as a student here at Missouri Western. A little bit about living on campus. We have what's called our 50-mile rule. And so basically any student that is beyond 50 miles of our campus, we do have a 1-year housing requirement. Our housing application is currently open. So if you're maybe looking into living on campus, you can go ahead and apply at any time. We have a number of different residence halls to choose from. The biggest one that our bulk of our freshman class lives in is Scanlon Hall. And you can see the blueprint there of what Scanlon Hall looks like. The big seller with all of our residence halls is the most students that you will ever live with is just 3 other students. And once you get actually past the freshman year res halls, you shrink that to just 1 other student that you'd be living with. We also provide a number of resources. Your food costs are included in your res hall fees. We provide free Wi-Fi, and of course we have free Wi-Fi campus-wide, a free cable package. Of course, plentiful parking here on campus. We have no issues with students finding parking spots for any classes or living on campus here. And then we do have a number of dining locations. A few new ones we've just added to campus is Chick-fil-A, and then Starbucks was just added last year as well. And similar to Wichita State, we do have what's called flex money or gold dollars, and that's basically your student ID kind of acts as a credit card for any of those eating resources on campus. So you never really have to pay cash, never have to swipe your debit card. As long as you're on a meal plan, you can basically utilize those resources on campus. A few coming attractions to our campus. As I mentioned before, we have a really large campus, a 765-acre campus. So we have about 8.5 miles of walking trails throughout our campus. We've just renovated what's called the Thomas Eagleton Indoor Swimming Complex. We have what's called the Baker Family Fitness Center, which is kind of your campus YMCA. And of course, we are the summer home of the Super Bowl winning Kansas City Chiefs. And so they come here from about the 3rd week in July to the 3rd week in August. So you could actually be staying in the same res hall as Patrick Mahomes stayed in if you would come here next year. Bushman Planetarium, Frisbee golf courses, then of course on-campus health center. And then really any class that you take at Missouri Western, even the master's level classes, we have what's called the Center for Academic Support, where you can go in and get some extra help with some of those classes that you may be taking. Also, getting involved on campus is something that we strongly encourage our students to do. We have athletic events, and I'll talk about athletics here in a moment. We've actually just created a new esports program. This is the first year that we're going to be competing for esports. Greek life, honors programs, international activities, special interest and religious affiliated groups. And actually, if there's an organization or something that we don't have here on campus, as long as you get you and the support of 4 other students, you can start that here.
Hey Ben,
Athletics-wise?
Hey Ben, I'm so sorry. We've reached your 6 minutes.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. While I'm moving on to the next group, if you just wanted to flip to a slide with contact information, you could do so before I get my back up if you have that. So thank you so much. And please, students, be sure you were asking some great questions in the Q&A. So please be sure to do that. Keep the questions coming, and so our representatives can answer them. We really appreciate that, and they are answering a lot of really great ones, so thanks for the variety. All right, our next presentation will actually be next from Kansas State University.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Devin Bratkiv, and I'm an admissions representative here at Kansas State University. I currently work with students from Southeast Kansas, and I'm joined today by Antonio Vega, who works with students in Southwest Kansas. So definitely feel free to ask us questions throughout this presentation. We're so excited to be presenting to you today, so that if you've never heard of K-State before, this will be a really great introduction. And if you feel like you know everything there is to know about K-State, then hopefully you can learn something new today. So I wanted to kick off our time by just telling you a little bit about the university and what we are all about. First and foremost, K-State is a four-year public university located in Manhattan, Kansas. We're definitely a college town, so if that's something you're looking for in your college experience, our campus and the surrounding community have a really tight connection, and you'll see purple almost everywhere you go. We have students from all 50 states and over 100 countries that come to Manhattan to experience all that K-State and its community has to offer. And we're actually the #1 choice for high school graduating seniors in the state of Kansas. So that's really exciting. You'll get to see people that you know, but you'll also get to meet people from all different backgrounds. We are primarily a research university, so students have tons of undergraduate research and mentorship opportunities, and we really try to emphasize hands-on learning throughout all of our different academic programs. Overall, K-State's a really great place to be. You can see from all these Princeton Review rankings that students not only enjoy their time while they're at the university, but continue to have that pride in K-State after they graduate as well. As far as academics, K-State is made up of 9 different academic colleges, and with over 250 majors and programs, we actually have the most program offerings out of any other school in the Big 12. And I know that can be a little intimidating and there's a lot of options for you, but that just means there's something for everybody here at K-State. And you can see that we also have over 50 minors and a number of pre-professional programs for you to get involved in, so students can really customize their academic experience to what you're looking for. If you're interested in like pre-nursing, pre-veterinary medicine, pre-law, any of that kind of stuff, we have a program here for you. And what's great about those programs is you get dual advising. So not only can they be paired with any major here at K-State, you're going to get 2 advisors, one that's specific to whatever major program you're in, that's going to help with those K-State specific requirements, but then also an advisor that's specific to your pre-professional program that's going to make sure you're meeting everything that you need to, both inside and outside the classroom, to find success in whatever you want to do after K-State as well. But our students aren't just involved inside the classroom, they're also getting involved across campus, in the Manhattan community, and even globally. Our students study abroad in over 85 different countries, and that's just a really great way to add kind of that global perspective to your college experience. And I always recommend students looking into their options there. However, if that's not your cup of tea, we do have over 500 clubs and organizations for you to get involved in here at K-State. So whether you're interested in Harry Potter or skydiving or really anything, we're going to have a club here for you. As far as the logistical side of things and how to actually apply to the university, there's 2 ways that you can apply. We have our native application, which you can see down there at the bottom, and we're also on the Common App. So if you're applying to a bunch of different colleges, you can just click K-State on that Common application. I will say, however, our application doesn't have any essays or letters of recommendation, so it's fairly quick and painless. And new this year, we are test optional for admission purposes. So you can see that 3.25 GPA, and we take weighted or unweighted, or if you meet one of those test scores, we can also accept that for admission purposes. Now, when it comes to our general university scholarships, that does look a little bit different. So for right now, we are still requiring a test score for scholarship consideration. However, as long as you apply to the university before December 1st, we can update your test score through April 30th of next year. So you can still apply without having a test score this semester, and we can update that for you for scholarship consideration through your next semester as well. So do keep that in mind. Apply sooner rather than later. That way we can get you on your way to becoming a Wildcat. And then you can also see on here the K-State Scholarship Network. So that's our other miscellaneous scholarships that you can get from the university that'll be stacked on top of those general university scholarships. So I definitely encourage you to take a look at that. And that's where your separate application for scholarships will come into play. Our bigger university scholarships do not have a separate application. So when you're applying to the university, you're applying for those big scholarships as well. And then this is kind of the last slide that I have that really sums up the bulk of the information about K-State. And again, I really encourage you to ask any questions today, but then also reach out to us later on when you have those questions that come up down the road. Each of you have your own specific admissions representative depending on where you live, and you can find them by going to this website here. That's my contact information. Like I said, I work with students in Southeast Kansas, and I also work with transfer students as well. So if you have any questions about how your courses may transfer, I can get you connected to those resources. And I also wanted to talk about our visit opportunities. So we have both on-campus and virtual visit options for you. Check out our visit website. That way you can see all the different ways that you can get connected to K-State. When you visit campus, you'll be able to meet with someone from your academic area of interest, potentially your admissions representative if that's something you're wanting, as well as take a tour of campus, which is led by a current student. So that was the selling point for me, was going on that campus visit, and I always encourage students to visit those campuses that are in your top 5 at least. That way you really get to know the people on those campuses and can see if it's the right fit for you. Thank you so much, everybody, and go Cats.
Great, thank you so much, Devin. We enjoyed hearing more about K-State. Our next presentation will be from Emporia State University.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. So let me get my presentation pulled up here, and just thank you so much for joining us here today. And yeah, I'm so excited to tell you a little bit more about Emporia State. So let's truly just start with the basics. If you aren't familiar with us, we're located right in between Topeka and Wichita here in Kansas. And I like to say we're kind of that Goldilocks size of universities. You know, we're not so big that you're going to get lost in a sea of students, but we're not so small that you're going to miss out on any great opportunities either. We have an 18-to-1 student to professor ratio. So that means an average class size is going to be about 20 students for you. So you'll definitely get to know your professors, and you'll definitely get to know your fellow classmates as well. We're kind of old here at Emporia. We've been at this for over 156 years now. We originally started out as a teacher's college. That's all we did for the longest time, was teach teachers. So thankfully we have grown a lot since then, and we now have over 200 different academic programs for our students. Some of our top programs is, of course, our Teachers College. If you're looking to be an educator, this should be your stop. Our nursing department is also fantastic, mainly because our nursing department isn't located on our campus. It's connected to our regional hospital. So all of our nurses get that hands-on, really live impact. You know, they're there with the real deal at our hospital, which is very cool. Our business school is also top-notch. We are also AA CSB accredited. Only 5% of business schools hold that accreditation. So those are some of our top programs, but definitely not our only programs. We also have a 96% placement rate here at Emporia. So after you graduate, 96% of our students either find a job in the career that they're looking for, or many of our students go on to continue their education with a master's program. So we're definitely going to get you set up for success here at ESU. So let's talk a little bit about getting involved, because of course we want you to get your degree, but we definitely want you to have some fun while you're doing it. So there are so many different ways that you can get involved, whether that's through athletics, whether you're out there on the court, you know, wearing your ESU jersey, or maybe you're in the stands cheering on your fellow Hornets. We have an amazing theater department here. So if you want to be on stage acting your heart out, or maybe you want to be behind the curtain with the lighting or the stage crew, that's always super fun to get involved. But we have over 130 different organizations on our campus. Everything from Greek life, like sororities and fraternities. We have student government, different academic clubs. I promise you will find something that you like. And God forbid if you don't, it's super easy to start your own organization here on campus. So let's also talk a little bit about our student services, because we are not just a sink or swim institution. We have many departments here on our campus, many people who want to help you and see you be successful. So let's start with ACES. So ACES is our free tutoring center on our campus. So whether you need help turning that B into an A, maybe you're like me and really struggle with algebra, you can definitely get that help that you need. We also have a writing center. So if you need someone to proofread your paper or to help you with AP format style, you can definitely get that help. We also have our career services. So if you're looking for a part-time job while you're a student, they can definitely help you. And of course, once you're ready to graduate and enter the workforce, you're going to need help, with your cover letter, with your resume. They do practice interviews with students. They really want to see you be successful and get that job. We also have a wellness center here on our campus. So if you're ever feeling sick, you can head on over to our doctor's office and meet with one of our nurse practitioners. But we also have counseling services here on our campus because your mental health is just as important as your physical health. So if you ever need to speak with someone, you can definitely take care of that. So I also want to talk to you guys a little bit about money because financing for college is a huge factor when it comes to choosing your college. And here at Emporia State, we offer flat rate tuition. So Emporia State does not charge you like many other institutions do. We do not charge you per class. You pay one flat rate fee, no matter if you're taking 3 classes, 4 classes, 5 classes throughout the semester. As long as you're enrolled in at least 10 credit hours, you are always going to pay the same fee. So that definitely relates to our low student debt. Need I say more? You're going to save a lot of money and you get a great education out of it. We have so many different scholarship opportunities available to you. One of our best ones is our presidential scholarship. It's an academic-based scholarship, so it's based off of your ACT and your GPA, and then wherever you fall on that chart, that's the amount of money that we'll give you. The best thing is you don't have to lift a finger for it. We will automatically give you that money, and you can renew it for up to 4 years here at Emporia. But that presidential scholarship is not our only one. We have loads of others out there for you. Definitely look at the department that you're interested in. Maybe you want to be that business student. Our School of Business gives out a lot of money to incoming freshmen. If you want to be an art student, nursing, whatever program you're going into, definitely look it up and see what they have for you. We have lots of name scholarships as well, which you can find on our website, so definitely take a peek. And if you're an athlete, if you play an instrument, any sort of talent, you can definitely get talent awards as well. So now you've learned just a tiny little bit more about Emporia, and now I'll share with you our admissions requirements. We're definitely like Wichita. We are looking for a 2.25 GPA or a 21 on that ACT. If any of those things concern you, don't think Emporia State is out of the question for you. My job is to help you to be successful and to be an ESU Hornet. So please reach out with any questions that you may have. We are offering on-campus visits, so I highly encourage you come and check us out on campus. Don't just take my word for it. Come and check us out. And thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you so much, Katie. We'll be moving on to our next presentation. We'll be hearing from the University of Nebraska-Kearney.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name's Courtney Burbach, and I'm from the University of Nebraska-Kearney. Oh, there we go. Perfect. UNK is a 4-year public university located in Kearney, Nebraska. And as you can see here, we were rated number 6 Midwest Public University in the U.S. News and World Report, just came out this last September. And essentially, I am your guys' go-to person for anything UNK related. So if you guys have questions about the admission requirements, what we offer on our campus, I am here for you. So thank you so much for joining us today. So to talk about our size a little bit, we have approximately 6,225 students on our campus. 4,000 of those are undergraduate students, and then we got a little over 2,000 of graduate students. Our students are coming from all over the place. We have 92 out of the 93 Nebraska counties, 48 states, and 47 countries around the globe. And another good thing about our campus too is we're very diverse. One of 10 students are Hispanic or Latinx, UNK's largest minority population, and 1 of 4 of our students in undergraduate are students of color. To talk a little bit more about who's enrolled on our campus, over 42% of our students are first generation students. And so that being said, our students, they are the first to attend college in their family. Their parents did not attend college. We have a 13-to-1 faculty to student ratio, which means your average class size at University of Nebraska-Kearney would be a 24. And so like some other colleges said, that 24 is probably even a little bit bigger than what you're seeing in some of your high school classes right now. And as you get deeper into your college career, that junior and senior year, you could even see less students in your classes, 12, 13, and sometimes even less than that, depending. So application requirements to UNK, all freshmen must meet one of these following standards: a composite score of 20 or higher on your ACT, or rank in the top 50% of your graduating class, or have a 3.0 cumulative high school GPA. So we just need to have you have one of those to be admitted to UNK. And we are ACT test optional currently for admission, but we will need an ACT score for you to be considered for scholarships. And how to apply, it's unk.edu, apply. One thing that you guys should all know is that you will all be receiving in-state tuition at UNK with our new Nebraskan scholarship. It pays the difference between a resident and non-resident tuition for up to 8 semesters. And so you guys will be attending UNK for in-state tuition. Some other scholarships that we offer, we have our UNK Merit Scholarships based off of your ACT score and GPA. You can kind of see here where our lineup is. We have the Loper Achievement Scholarship, which is $2,000 for 4 years, upwards of $8,000. Distinguished Scholar, $3,000 for 4 years, upwards of $12,000. And the Board of Regents, which is a full ride for more than $26,000 of value. And so these merit scholarships are based off of your application for admission. So you do not need to fill out any separate application for this. Just wanted to show you guys some new buildings that we have at UNK. We just completed our Discovery Hall STEM building. This was a $30 million project that opened up this August. That consists of construction management, aviation, our engineering program, interior design, industrial distribution. And so this has been a great asset to our campus. We've seen an increase in engineering and construction management in our area. And so having this building has definitely helped with that and have our students have more hands-on opportunities on campus. Some other fun pictures I wanted to add in. We just completed our fun new campus fountain and also the UNK mural, which is downtown Kearney as well. Some other additions that we've added within the last year, we've added Starbucks and Chick-fil-A to campus, which is included in your campus meal plan if you live on campus. So some other pictures I wanted to show you guys as well. We have our Foster Field. We are a Division II school, and we are actually in the same division as Emporia State and Missouri Western. And so we have actually one of the largest fields and indoor complexes in the Division II. And so if you are interested in athletics, that is something that for any of these schools, you guys want to start talking to your coaches, start taking visits, and then asking if you can meet with coaches while you're there to get that full experience and make sure the coach knows that you're interested. At UNK, we have 3 different academic colleges. We have business and technology, arts and sciences, and education. Some of the most popular majors we offer: elementary education, health sciences, biology, business, social work, family studies. And we do have a University of Nebraska Medical Center located right on our campus. So our pre-professional programs are top-notch, such as pre-nursing, pre-occupational therapy, physical therapy, radiology, and etc. So one of the reasons a lot of students come to our school is to then attend UNMC afterwards. We have over 150 different organizations such as Greek Life, Intramural Sports, whether it's Loper Programming Activities Council, there is something for you. And like other schools have said, if there's not, we can find something for you or you can start your own. We have some tour options for you guys virtually or in person Monday through Friday, 9 a.m., 11:30, and 1:30. And this is my contact information. If you guys need anything, you can text or call this number, email me. We have Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram. Feel free to reach out if you guys ever need anything. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We'll be hearing from our 6th school school just now. So students, this is a great opportunity, this presentation, and then at the end to put in those last questions, to ask a representative for their contact information again. Everything can be added to the Q&A box. All right, next we're going to hear from the University of Alabama.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Amanda Sisk and I'm a regional recruiter with the University of Alabama. So I actually live over in the St. Louis area and I work with students throughout Missouri and Kansas as they look at Alabama in their college search. Now for those of you who aren't too familiar with the University of Alabama, we are located in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Tuscaloosa is about an 11.5-hour car drive from the Kansas City area, a little bit farther from other areas of Kansas, but it's also a flight into Birmingham away from home. We're definitely a little bit farther from home, but you certainly are driving into some warmer weather throughout the year, so that's the benefit of the longer trip. Tuscaloosa itself is a really neat city. We're a smaller city. We have about 100,000 residents in Tuscaloosa. Definitely have that college town excitement, college town feel in Tuscaloosa. And our students like to get off campus and explore the local area. There's really some great restaurants and shops, lots of outdoor activities, quite a bit within walking distance in our campus town area too. Now we are a larger public four-year institution. We currently this fall have just under 38,000 students on our campus. And I think that one of the really neat things about our campus community and our student body is really where everyone comes from. About 58% of our students are coming to us from outside the state of Alabama. So as a student coming to Alabama, you're going to meet people from a little bit of everywhere with different backgrounds and different interests. And I think it's a really neat aspect of our community. Now in Alabama, you're going to find a great balance between some very strong academic programs and also a really great campus life. We currently have over 200 degree programs with our majors, minors, and specializations. Some of our bigger programs include areas like business, engineering, and arts and sciences, majors like psychology, biology, political science, but we do also have unique programs, things like marine science, or our accelerated master's program or STEM Path to the MBA program, which allows students to complete their undergrad and their graduate degrees in a shorter time period. Many of our students will also participate in our honors college, and that's a great way to find a smaller community on campus, but still be on our larger research campus. Now, outside the classroom, we want to make sure that our students are successful as well too. So we have quite a few campus resources for our students. So they range from advising to tutoring in the Capstone Center for Student Success, to career resources. This past year, we were first in the SEC and second in the nation for internship placement. So we work really hard to make sure that our students are successful and they're ready to move on to their next step, whether that's finding that first internship or first job out of college, or maybe possibly going on to graduate or professional school as well too. Now, I know that aside from academics, a really important part of your college search is also going to be finding that right campus life and campus environment for you. And I do think that campus life is one of our strengths at the University of Alabama. So with things that you can get involved in on our campus right now, we currently have over 600 different student organizations. We try to introduce you to those opportunities from really the first week of classes. We also have a really great community on campus, a huge recreation program aside from our NCAA Division I athletics. And then we also have just a lot of events and a very full events calendar. I think it's really easy to meet new people on campus and get involved in different activities. A big part of campus life is also living on campus, and we do require that all of our incoming freshmen do live on campus that first year. So you have different types of residence halls to look at, anything from traditional style to, we also have a lot of suite style housing for our incoming freshmen and some great options for eating on campus as well too. Now, when it comes to admission, we are test optional for our 2021 students at Alabama. I think our application process is a pretty simplified application process. We'll want to see your application for admission, which is found on our website, along with a $40 application fee, or there is a fee waiver application option. We do not require any essay or letters recommendation with the application, so it's really mostly going to be asking you for your background information. We'll also want to see your official high school transcript, and if you choose to submit scores, either the ACT or the SAT. Typically, we're looking at the types of classes that you've taken, along with around a 3.0 GPA and a 21 on the ACT or 1060 SAT if you choose to submit those scores. We're on rolling admissions, but we do encourage students to make sure that they have everything to us by January 15th to meet our priority scholarship application deadline. Now, when it comes to scholarships, a really good thing to know about the University of Alabama is that we have some really strong scholarship opportunities for our out-of-state students. So currently we do have both academic merit-based scholarships, which are based on your GPA and test score, along with some competitive scholarships that will focus more so just on your core GPA and your scholarship application. Your scholarship application is mostly going to be activity-based information, resume type information. So both of those types of scholarships go up to $28,000 per year. We also have our national merit opportunities and national recognition opportunities that go beyond that value. Overall cost this year for our out-of-state students with tuition fees, room and board is just under $45,000. So aside from scholarships, we also have some great financial aid opportunities and a March 1 priority deadline. And then lastly, I would encourage you and hope that you'll consider a visit to campus sometime soon. We do have our virtual options for those of you who aren't able to get to us in person quite yet. And then we have also started our in-person visit options on campus Monday through Friday as well too. But look forward to working with you this year. My contact information is here as well too if you have any questions. Roll Tide.
Thank you, Amanda. We appreciate that. To give everyone a little last chance to answer questions in the Q&A, I know our representatives are very busy doing that. If your question isn't answered or if the school wants to provide feedback, the representatives will all be receiving this information and can follow up afterwards as well. Just a quick reminder to them. Okay, so we have to do this really fast, so maybe make it about 15 seconds, but I'd like to try to have everyone share one favorite, quickly have each representative remove their camera and share very quickly a favorite tradition or event that is special on campus. And I think we can do this efficiently as well. So we'll go in the order of presentation. So what is a fun event, tradition, or a fun fact you'd like to share? All right, Wichita State, you kick us off.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and go. So we have one that's called Clash of the Colleges. All of our different colleges, they all get together, and it's sort of like field day, but for college students. It's kind of like the houses in like Hogwarts and Harry Potter kind of style where they all battle each other basically in events for basically bragging rights to see who has the most superior college. So.
Ben, from Missouri Western.
Yeah, so at Missouri Western, we are, of course, the Missouri Western State Griffins. And any student that visits campus, one of the first things we do is we bring you out on tour. And there's a Griffin statue right at the door that you'll head out on tour. And we always encourage students to rub its head. It symbolizes the value of an education and luck as you kind of head out on tour. And then, of course, once you do graduate from Missouri Western, it's one of the last things that you'll rub the Griffin's head before you head out into the world. And so that's one of our big traditions here.
At K-State, we have what we call the Wabash Cannonball, which happens at all of our sporting events. The band plays a song and everyone does this little dance and cheer to the Wabash Cannonball. So that's our tradition.
Yeah, so here at Emporia State, we have what we call the Stinger Shutdown. So for our very first home football game, we'll close down downtown. The entire community comes out and we do a huge tailgate. There's food trucks, like music. It's just a whole party. So, and of course here at Emporia, our mascot is Corky the Hornet. So it's a strong Stingers up here at Emporia State.
One of our big traditions at UNK is our homecoming week, and the biggest competition we have throughout the week is our lip sync competition. So teams get together with their dorms or Greek life associations, etc. So homecoming week is definitely big at UNK.
And then lastly, at the University of Alabama, we have a lot of fun traditions, but I think some of our game day traditions are my favorite. So 2 hours before each home game, We have our Walk of Champions, where fans can greet all of our coaches and players as they walk off their buses into the stadium, followed by the Elephant Stomp, which is about an hour before game time, and our marching band comes out to the steps of the library and performs.
Awesome. Thank you. I love getting to bring in a little extra of that school spirit as we wrap up everything. So thank you everyone for sharing. Those are awesome traditions and experiences. Well, we're wrapping it up here tonight. So thank you everyone for attending. We are so grateful that you took the time tonight to learn about all of these amazing institutions, and we hope you gained a lot that will help you in your college search. When you close your window, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. Also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. In about a week, you'll find this recording as well as the other session recordings posted online so you can watch them in the future. To all of our presenters, thank you so much for sharing your information tonight. To all of our attendees, thank you for being here. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Good night.